Hello and welcome to my stream. Today my name is Jason, also known as Dragon11, and I'm just quickly putting a plaster on my finger because I've got a bug bite which is a little bit sore and has made my finger swell up slightly, so I'm just going to cover that up so it doesn't get aggravated too much. But today I am doing a shiny hunt based on Pokemon booster packs. I've managed to pick up a few packs of the latest Mega Evolution set. My local game store had some for about 3 days and have already sold out. I managed to get 3 boosters while I was in there on Friday, so I'm going to be using these to decide what Pokemon to shiny hunt today. So this does have a bit of a connection to ZA coming out this Thursday, which I'm very much looking forward to. So this will be my last shiny hunt on Scarlet and Violet, most likely. So I'm just going to open the 3 booster packs up. So I've already got the image of all 3 of them up on screen. I'm going to open them up one at a time, see what I get, and then use those to decide what I'm shiny hunting for, trying to catch as many Pokemon from these booster packs as I can. So I'm rather late at getting on, as I was having quite a few difficulties with technical issues, with sound not deciding to work, but I've probably got at least a couple of hours to try and do this, possibly like 2.5 hours, hour, 2.5. But anyway, so first booster pack. So you have Sobble, Electrike, Baneri, Delmise, Tangrowth, Chi-Yu, Surfing Beach, Tyrogue, Ninjask, and Cinderace. Right, so this being a special set, it's not a Scarlet and Violet set. I mean, it does give me some restrictions on what I have actually got available to hunt for. So I have already gone through ahead of time to work out what is and isn't available in Scarlet and Violet for me to hunt for. But I am just going to go for what I can. I'm not going to be going after absolutely everything. I'm just getting these out to take a photo of the cards from that pack. I'll put these all up on screen afterwards, so my lighting in here is not great unfortunately, but I'm just going to have to make do. So it's a bit of a dark day today, so not the best. Phone camera did not want to rotate that. Right. So that's the first pack. So I'm pretty sure some of these I cannot get in Scarlet and Violet, so I'll go through that in a sec. I'll put all the packs together. I'll open all 3 packs, put them together, see what I can and can't get. So I'll just be putting these up for now. So let's see what's in the second pack. Scorbunny, Tinkertuff, Nuzleaf, another Tyrogue, Tinkerton, Acerola's Mischief, Kadabra, Latios, another Kadabra, and Kyogre. Well, 2 legendaries, which I definitely cannot shiny hunt for in this game. So, I have been through to check what Pokemon are already available, so I've got myself a little list of viable options. So this one doesn't seem too bad. So Tyrogue, Nuzleaf, Tinkertuff, I'm pretty sure are all options. Scorbunny possibly, but I don't think that's an isolated hunt. I can do that. So that'll be a bit trickier to get. Just taking a photo of that one. Yep. So legendaries are definitely out of the picture. So on to the third pack. So I'll pull these photos up in a sec as I'm going through the list. Numel, that's one's definitely doable. Krogunk, Spoinkies, Snova possibly, Latios again, Marshadow definitely not, Goldango, nope, Ultra Ball, Raboot, and Hariyama. Now I'm not with evolutions. I'm just going to go for any Pokemon in that evolution line that it can evolve into the Pokemon I've got. So if I've got a stage 1 base stage Pokemon, I'll try and go for that. If I've got a fully evolved Pokemon, I can go for any of its prior evolutions. So a 3-stage, I can go for the Pokemon itself if I wanted to, but I'll be aiming to get any of its past evolutions. Right, let's take a picture of that one as well. Hoping these are going to calm out okay. So I do have a bit of a scuff setup, but it is what it is. Just pick them up. Oops. Dropping the cards. Right, so I'll just quickly transfer. Where's my mouse gone? Just quickly transfer these over to my laptop so I can put them on screen. I've not got this particularly straight in that photo. Just going to put these up one at a time. Just realised I can do 2 at once. I've done the first one, then realised I could do more than 1 at once. Anyway, just be putting these up once it decides to. Still receiving one. Should have done all 3 at once. Didn't realise I could do it. Probably have done it before, just forgot. But anyway. Nope. Getting there. I'm getting there. If my phone decides to operate. There we go. Right, now do that again for the other 2. Right, so I can be putting up first one. Where is it? It would be... Actually, that was the 3rd one. Okay. That comes in very big, so I just need to drop that down in size quite a bit. So that was the 3rd pack there. Don't know the best way to do this, but something like that. Right, there's the other 2. It's very scuffed. Very scuffed. Still haven't finished it. Okay, still waiting for it to go through. I think it's because I'm sending 2 images at once, it's taking a bit longer. So, bear with me for a second. I'm going to be starting to go through what my options are. So I have my list. So, straight away I'm going to be taking out all the legendaries, so those are out. Also all the trainer cards are coming out. So that's one thing to immediately go through. Now, grass type, I did get Nuzleaf, which I can hunt for. Delmise is not an option. And Tangrowth is not an option. And Ninjask is not an option. Right, so that's that's one of the grass types. My transfer is now finished. So can do this again. Hopefully I pick correctly. That should be the 2nd pack. Try and get this roughly even. The first one. It's scuffed either way. This is going to be scuffed. Whichever way I do it. Now to just add the 3rd one, which was the 1st pack opened. And there should... Oops. Right, there we go. That's 3 packs. Should probably trim these in a bit to make it a bit easier to fit them on screen. Just to make it a little bit more presentable, because this is rather, oops, rather scuffed either way. Right. Something like that. Why did you not? Okay, something like that. Those are the packs I've got to work with. So, so of the grass types, Nuzleaf is my only option now. Fire types, I got a few of. So Cinderace and Scorbunny and Raboot. Oh, excuse me, I'm getting a phone call. It is probably just spam, but give me a sec. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was just a spam call. They didn't actually say anything. And my Switch decided to shut off because I wasn't touching it at the same time, so I was turning that back on at the same time. But anyway, where was I? Yeah, so Scorbunny, Raboot, and Cinderace are in the game. Well, Scorbunny is, but I don't think I can actually isolate it, so that's going to be a very difficult hunt to do, because I think it has one of the other starters in the same area as it. So I would not be able to isolate it. Numel, definitely an option. I hunted for that last time. So that is 2 options that I can go for. Next we have the water types. Most of which are just not really an option. So Snova cannot really be isolated. I think I tried it and that's it. Dealing. You get dealing everywhere as well, so that's not really an option. Sobble, it's in the water. It's not a great spot, especially with the new spawns increasing the spawn area, so that didn't really work. So those are out. Next we have, going down my list, the electric types. Did I get any electric types? I got Electrike, not in the game. I know that much, because I could do with replacing one I've already got. So I would have done it if I could get it. Next we have Psychic. Sploink, definitely an option. Have hunted for that before. Kadabra, not an option. Not in the game. That is not what I can go for. That is all of my those. Yeah, so on to fighting types. Tyrogue is an option. Can definitely hunt for that. Hariyama can hunt for that. Krogunk can't hunt for that. That doesn't have very good locations. Most of its locations it crosses over with others of the same type. So not really an option. Now on to what have we got next? Steel. We got the fairies. Tinkertuff and Tinkerton. Well, I can go for Tinkertink, kind of, Tinkertuff quite easily. So they are definitely on the list. So Tinkertuff, I'll put Tinkerton to one side because I don't really need that. And Baneri is not in the game. So out of 3 packs, how many do I have to actually hunt for? That's 6. So, well, I might get 6 shinies today. So I could probably just pull these up on screen as I'm going. So let's use what have you got in that? I'm going to want to duplicate it, but I'm not seeing the button for it. Just copy and yeah. Okay. Right. So we have Tyrogue as one option. there. We have Tinker Tough. Well, this pack is actually the one I'm going for mostly. So it has 3 of my options in it. 3 of the 6 are all from one pack. This is why using one pack is handy, or more than one pack is handy. And just the Nuzleaf. Those are 3 of the options. Next, that one. What does that one have? That one has Tyrogan as well. That one doesn't actually have any options in, so I'm gonna... Okay, so 2 packs worked out well. 1 did not. So this last one... is that the right one? That was probably the right one. So I'm going for Numble. Numble, which I will probably actually be going out with the ground type sandwich. At this point I haven't pulled up my... I've been a bit of a rush to get ready because being delayed. Spoink. Up there. And Hariyama. Down there. So these are the 6 I'm going for. So do I just leave them across the bottom like that? might work. Wait, that's only 5. One did I miss? Didn't overlap 2, did I? Which one am I missing? I've lost track. Oh, the Tinker. One of the Tinkers. Did I not get... Oh, I left it up there. I just didn't notice. Right. Okay. Those are the ones I'm going for. So, targets along the bottom. I have no idea how to really mark these properly. So, let's just start with... I might as well just remove the images I'm not using to avoid confusion. Right, so let's start with... Makes sense, start off with the 2 fighting types, because I can get potentially 2 for 1 sandwich if I get lucky. Oops, no. So I'm going to... Let's just make the others disappear. No, not that one. That one and... No. That one. Okay. Those are my 2 targets to start with. This is so scuffed. Okay. Right. Targets. Where's my shiny hunting sandwich recipes? This was meant to be 2 weeks ago, this stream, so there's my default sandwich recipes, there it is. Right, okay. I'm actually right near perfect spot for the first one of these, because Tyrogue appears over here. So I'm going to hop off this here, do a quick save, and I'm going to start up a picnic. Now, for the fighting sandwich, pickle, salty and spicy. I did stock up on Herb Mystica over the weekend, so I should be good after I used them up last week in my somewhat disastrous challenge video I done. Salty and spicy. Yeah, that was not my best stream. Actually, mute my TV so I'm not getting an echo. I do have a slight delay on my headphones, which I'm using. Okay, on with the shiny hunt. Got about 2 hours. 2 hours to find 6 shinies. Let's see how many I can get. A little bit chaotic, but it is what it is. So I'm hoping these come fairly quickly and I don't get any absolutely miserable results like I got last Wednesday. That was absolutely miserable first couple of hours on that stream. So, for anyone who watched that, I apologise. I've never had my luck go that bad on a shiny hunt in a long time, if ever. Right, so this should be Tyrogues spawning once I can get on to here. And I'm looking for the blue trousers, which I'm hoping should be fairly easy to spot. I'm pretty sure they are easy to spot, because I'm pretty sure I've found it before now. I just saw the blue Z's and I thought it might have been the trousers. But in this location, I can also quite quickly do a town reset by going to the Central Plaza, which I will do right now. There and out. So this is quite a good spot to start with. Hopefully my luck works out as well. I really don't need the items, but I'm just picking them up out of habit. But yeah, so I'm glad I'd done my stream last Wednesday. It didn't go great because my luck started off terribly, but I did manage to get all 18 types caught. So if people haven't seen it, please check it out. It's up on, it'll be on my Twitch for as long as Twitch keeps it up, but I also upload it to YouTube as well, so you can check it out there if you're watching this on Twitch. If you're watching this on YouTube, please check out my Twitch where you can catch me live doing stupid shiny hunts. But they have been quite stupid lately. So I've just been biding my time a bit after catching all the shinies in Scarlet and Violet already. So my shiny hunts have moved on to other games which aren't as good to stream, including what I was doing over the weekend as well. Radar hunting in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, which I've never been a fan of radar hunting. I had to find a skitty. And for those who don't know how radar hunting works, it can break by sheer chance at any moment. You have to get a chain of 40, and at any point it could just say, nope, chain's over. And I find it very frustrating because it is not a game of patience, it is just a game of luck. So this is a game of patience. Bit of luck, but mostly patience, because once it comes up, you're fine. It's not going to screw you over just go like, nope, you're not getting a shiny. might do, but when you're sort of focused trying to get everything right to get the shiny, and then it can just break the chain on its own, is frustrating, to say the least. These are spawning in such a wide area. Hoping it doesn't spawn further away than I'm looking. So this is an advantage of the, well, possibly advantage, possibly disadvantage of the increased spawn areas. Yeah, the radar hunting I've never really enjoyed, even on the original games where it appeared. I would do anything but that, because if you spend that long working to get something, you don't want it to just have to start from scratch just because the game rolls badly. And that guy is in the ground. He's completely in the ground. He's just a head. But he's not shiny. These guys are after me. And I'm not seeing any blue. I don't know if I should be moving faster during this. But yeah, annoyingly, I got up to a chain of 40 3 times before I actually got the shiny. The first time it was my own fault. I got a bit overexcited, was not paying attention when the shiny spot appeared, ran straight towards it, not thinking that I couldn't see the non-shiny spot sitting above it, and I ran at it from above and lost it. and then by the time I got another one to spawn, my repels ran out. So after that I went and bought twice as many repels. I restarted, then bought twice as many repels, and started from scratch again. And it then took me a good couple of days before I actually managed to get up to 40 again, because I kept trying. So I finally managed it last night, got up to 40 again. The 40th catch, the chain just decided to break, because it can just, at any moment it just goes break. It will just suddenly break the entire chain and ruin your day, which is very frustrating. But eventually I did get back up to 40 again, and while I was there I managed to catch 2 shinies, so I was like, I'm not doing this again, I'm just going to catch 2 now in case I need a spare one. So I caught the first one. It didn't break the chain, fortunately, and allowed me to catch a second one. I'm not sure how visible some of these are going to be from a distance. I'm pretty sure this is very noticeable at a distance, but when they're like up on a cliff like this and I don't notice them, that can be an issue. But anyway, yeah, so that radar hunt put me down to 18 shinies I still need for my shiny living dex, which, just ahead of ZA's release, is pretty good. I was hoping to get a bit lower. I was hoping to just have ZA Pokemon left to catch, but unfortunately there's 13, I think it is, Pokemon in that list that I can, yeah, 13 I can get in ZA, or should be able to get in ZA, and the other 5 are not in ZA. Unfortunately, those other 5 are the Ash Hat Pikachu, which shouldn't actually be shiny in the first place, but can be, and is a full odds soft reset shiny hunt that I've been working on for quite a while and not got lucky at yet. So I'm just going to be picking that up from time to time and continuing to work on it. But that is a bit of a long shot one, so it's very hopeful. It's more novelty than anything, so it doesn't actually appear shiny, it just has the sparkles when you get it, which, and it will be marked as shiny, but it doesn't actually have a shiny sprite, which is, I just find funny, and I think it would be a fun addition to my collection. So I kind of want to get one of them, but it's only possible due to a error made by the programmers when they were setting up the event, as the shiny lock they attempted to put on it didn't actually work. It's not shiny locked as it was supposed to be. And they never fixed it. They never fixed the broken shiny lock, which they could have done. They could have issued an update for the game to make the shiny lock work. Never did. So, as far as I'm aware. So, I believe it is still possible to get a shiny Ash Hat Pikachu, even though you're not supposed to be able to. But unfortunately, I have not managed to get one yet. But that's one. That's the hardest. Well, I want to say it's the hardest one of the lot. The other 4 are all unknowns, which I have been slowly working on Legends EA, and I am probably going to see if I get any more this Wednesday during my stream. Then, as far as I'm aware, I'm still streaming on Wednesday and not moving it to another date, as I was possibly going to be moving the days around if my friends wanted to play Phasmophobia on Wednesday instead. But they haven't got back to me about doing it. I think the next suggested date is this Sunday. So, looks like I'm clear for Wednesday as planned. So, I should be just doing some random shiny hunts on Legends Arceus. So, I'll be going to look for unknowns whenever a mass outbreak appears in that area. But I'll probably just be bouncing from outbreak to outbreak, just seeing if anything spawns, while chatting a bit, much like what I'm doing now. Spot as many of these Tyrogues as I can. Now I have 4 left out of the 28, and the problem is I'm just getting duplicates at this point. I need to get very lucky. It's literally a 1 in 28 chance every time to get a different shiny unknown, or to get one of the ones I want. But technically it's 4 in 28 chance of getting one of the ones I want, but the odds are getting smaller and smaller every time I find a new shiny, that I'll get another new shiny. So it's going to be a bit of a grind to get the last of them. Or I may look to try and find some other way to get the last few. I might see if I can trade for them or something. But let's see if I can pick them up on GTS. Which would certainly be quicker, but... So I'm not planning to spend too much more time on Legends Arceus once Legends EA comes out. So... I will be playing almost solely as Legends EA, assuming it is actually good for shiny hunting. I'm really hopeful that it is, but we just haven't been shown enough yet to know what exactly it'll be like, because they've just been showing the battling. And I'm finding it kind of annoying that we're this close to release and we still don't know how the majority of the game plays. Well, assuming that is the majority of the game, so if the majority of the game is just battling, that sort of spoils the whole Legends style game. So the original Legends game had very little battling, and I loved that. I'm not that big a fan of the battling, so I was quite happy. There's one underground again. I was quite happy to just have a game that didn't have much battling in, and it was such a good game for just shiny hunting, and just the satisfaction when you hear that shiny jingle was just brilliant. I loved that. And yet they seem to be going the opposite way. I know some people sort of complained a bit that there wasn't as much battling and stuff, but I didn't care. I just enjoyed the catching. And now it seems like the next game in the Legends series, they might be going the complete opposite way with, and it's like, well, what you had that made the game fun, it sounds like you're spoiling. So it's like, not too sure if I'm happy with that. So I'm holding judgment until I actually get to play the game. I'm a bit concerned though. I'm sure I'll enjoy the game, but it is a bit concerning that we don't really know what a lot of it's going to be like. So the wild areas do look rather small, and the more they show, the more it seems that way, from what I've seen. And it's like, okay, we've got this whole city to explore, but that's just one city. And it's like, we could do with like 5 of these, 5 biomes sort of things, sort of overarching biomes with all the smaller biomes within them, which is what Legends Arceus had. You had these larger areas that then were subdivided into sort of smaller areas with different biomes in, and that was great. Having it all in sort of one, it's like, kind of feels like a step back, and it's not even, you have to sort of go in and out of them, and it's not one continuous space. Well, it kind of is, but there's the gates and stuff you have to go through, and it's like, that doesn't feel right. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. So just give me an updated Legends Arceus. Just more of the same. And then build from there. Don't just rebuild it from the ground up to be different. Is what it seems to be. There's shiny. Right. First shiny of the stream. There we go. Tyrogue. I'm just going to quick walk because I can't be bothered to fiddle about with the Pokeballs. Right. Now, Hariyama. Where did I want to go to for Hariyama? I wanted to go to East Province Area 3. That's the desert. Oh, no, I'm done. Every time I switch Pokemon games, I get muddled up with the controls because I get used to one set of controls. And there's a Torkoal outbreak right next to us. Ugh. Actually, I didn't check for outbreaks. Some that might actually help with some of the other Pokemon to catch. That's one caught. That's one caught. But yeah, so Makuhita and Hariyama. So either of these will be fine for me. So I'm hoping these come quite quickly. They should be quite noticeable because they are quite a bright colour shiny. Actually, I can't remember what Hariyama shiny looks like, but I'm sure I'll notice it when I see it. So this one doesn't have a town reset, so it's just going to be me running into them, apparently. But if I remember correctly, I can just roam around these areas and just get them to spawn in en masse. So the... that's a little bit worrying. The Makuhita, I remember, have the orange gloves. Hariyama, I cannot remember off the top of my head. There's a Maru, which I am not interested in today. Yeah, I'm just going to be running all around here, trying to spot a shiny when it appears. So the Hariyama, I'm pretty sure I will notice when I see it shiny. I don't remember what it looks like off the top of my head. I'm sure I'll remember when I see it. That's actually another thing I need to do with my shiny collection. I need to evolve a load of stuff. I've been catching base forms of things and just forgetting to evolve them, so they're just sitting in boxes unevolved in my shiny living decks. I'll probably show that off a bit on Wednesday's stream. Probably before I start. I actually need to transfer the shinies off of this. I've got the Scarlet and Violet shinies all stored on this at the moment. Put them into the box for the long-term storage because I'm not planning to come back to this game too much more. Yes. Yeah, so I'm hopeful that ZA isn't too bad, but I am worried that it is going too heavily into the battling side of things than what I would have liked to have seen from the next Legends game. This is a huge spawn radius that I am trying to be careful. This does is actually a pretty good place to do this, so it's nice and open. So, in most places. But when you don't run into them. So let's be careful. So this many spawns, it's just... Getting 2 shinies from the first sandwich would be great. It'd be hilarious if I actually managed to get all the shinies, all 6. Oh, and this is where the Torkoal outbreak is. So I don't want to be going too far that way. Just saw a Varoom as well. I could even do this as a picnic reset, and I said the right word, didn't call it a sandwich reset. So I don't think Makuita's body really changes much with the shiny. I think it is just the gloves really that change colour. I might be wrong. Oh, I've said that, I kind of want to look it up. I'm just going to pull that up. Cerebi, which I always keep as a extra window. Where's Makuita? And he is mostly just the gloves, as if some of the other details turn orange as well. What about Hariyama? Is he an orange? Oh, he's got big purple hands. He's definitely going to be noticeable. Problem is, when I see them as a group, I see Hariyama's hands and see the orange. And that's the sort of orange I'm looking for the Makuita. Being a bit careful down the cliff. So I can probably move quite quick if they're this obvious to spot the shiny. As long as I don't just go careening past one. There are a lot of Pokemon to check as I'm going around. I see one behind a tree and I worry. No, he's got regular coloured hands. So there's such a large spawn area. This makes shine hunting so much more interesting. I would say easier, but at times it just really isn't. Having stuff spawning over such a wide area, you can quite easily miss stuff. And you can quite easily also get stuff spawning outside the area that you want to be spawning stuff in. And that can mess up your spawns and potentially get a shiny of the wrong thing. Hi there. You've joined me while I'm looking for my second shiny of the stream. I've already caught a Tyrogue off this sandwich and I'm now going for a Makuita. So I've opened 3 booster packs of the new TCG set, and that only gave me about 6 options of Pokemon to shiny hunt for, unfortunately, but I am gonna see how many of those I can get during today's stream. So I'm doing the 2 fighting types to start with, as it made sense to do ones that share the same typing for the sandwich. So I'm looking for the orange gloved Makuita and the purple gloved Hariyama, either of which are fine, as I'm not being that picky, and a Makuita can be evolved into a Hariyama. So I opened the Hariyama booster pack in Hariyama card. I didn't open a Makuita, which is kind of odd. Yeah, I opened 2 Tyrogues. Technically I should have gone for 2 Tyrogues. Although one of them was foil, so... kind of shiny already. But yeah, it's because this set wasn't a... it's not technically a Scarlet and Violet set. This is I believe, sort of the lead into the ZA sets with the Mega Evolutions. Because of ZA being so focused on the battling and the Mega Evolutions. Personally, I've never been that fond of Mega Evolutions. I just always found it very restrictive with the item holding. So I'd occasionally set one with the item to evolve and then just would not use it unless I needed to. Even when I did have the items, I quite often just fought without Mega Evolving. I've never really used the gimmick mechanics in the games that much. Scarlet and Violet is probably the game I've used it the most in, just because it's a lot more accessible. And that's mostly just for the Terra raids. So during main gameplay I very rarely terrestrialize Pokemon. I pretty much just use them for doing the Terra raid battles. But I know some people like it. Some people like the gimmicks. So I hardly use the Z moves in Sun and Moon either. I just didn't see the point in them. Oh, I thought I tricked myself for a minute there. I think I saw the brown dirt of the beside the Makuhita. Thought it was the orange gloves. Anyway. But yeah, so hopefully get the rest of these shiny. What are the other gimmicks? Is that one of them? So they introduced... Oh, Gigantamax. Dynamax and Gigantamax. Never really used them either. The fact they were limited to very specific locations didn't help. So you'd basically just use them in like gym battles and stuff. Which I probably did, but it doesn't really make it memorable. And when doing Dynamax raids, if you're doing it online, typically the host will be the one to Dynamax, which means you don't, and why could you? No. No, in that you couldn't. I think of terrestrialization. Oh, it's a shiny. And that is 2 shinies off the first sandwich, which is already a good start. So, just gonna quick ball this. So that is 2 of the 6 already done in half an hour. That actually probably worked out quite well. So now, Spoink and Numble I have hunted for fairly recently. I might go for Nuzleaf next. Nuzleaf, I don't think I've actually shiny hunted for before on this game. But I know it is doable. Now, Nuzleaf, I will be going... Did I use a Dark Sandwich for Nuzleaf? Yeah. Mossfell Confluence I want to be going to. Over in Kitakami. Where is it? Over here. No, I'm not going to be using the rest of that sandwich. I've caught the 2 off there already. Uh-oh. I'm in the wrong boxes. Well, there's my shiny... no. No, there's my shiny Living Dex for Paldea. There's all the shinies. That's probably... No, not that one. No, got it. No. They're all of them shiny. So got the most recent addition, which was that transferred over from Pokemon Go. Anyway, yep, so those are the 2 shinies I've caught so far. The Tyrogue and the Makuhita. So I am now... Remember to change over the image. Which one was... That one. Get the Nuzleaf into the corner. pull him up. So, going off to Nuzleaf next. So, drop another save just to make sure. And then crack out the picnic. So, I am looking for smoked fillet to get a dark sandwich. If I end up getting all these, I may just go for Score Bunny, because that is an option, which is very difficult to get. I might get it. If I've got a bit of extra time, I might just go for it. But I am not liking my odds on it, because I remember that one took me a while before. And I don't know how well it will work with the new spawns. Might work better, might work worse. Don't entirely know. I also need to remember where exactly I found them before. Could be an issue. I think the popular space for Score Bunny is in a cave, but I never really liked the cave because it kept spawning stuff outside, I think it was. And with the update on Switch 2, that is just going to be even more of a problem. So. Right. And now we are looking for Nuzleaf, which should be an orangey colour. There are some sea dots here as well, which I'll be fine with, but most of them are going to be Nuzleafs. Oh, okay. And there's a Nuzleaf straight away. Well, that's another one. Almost as soon as I started the sandwich up. Well, there we go. That's 3 shinies in half an hour, which is already going well, so I'm thinking I'm probably going to end up going for Score Bunny at some point, which is going to be fun. So, okay, so was not expecting to get that quick. Okay, so 3 left. Tinker Tough did also open a Tinker Ton, but can't hunt for Tinker Ton, so I'm just going to hunt for Tinker Tough. Could hunt for Tinker Tink, but that is a bit tricky to hunt for. So I am instead going to go back to Paldea, not far off where I was last time. Go to Zapapico. And I want to do a fairy sandwich. And this is a common spot for shiny hunting. It's also a nice spot with the town reset. I have actually caught Tinkertuff here before now, but not intentionally, I don't think. I think I was just looking for something else and I got it by accident. What's my sandwich recipe? Was it fairy? Need tomato. Why is the tomato not with the other? Do I not have tomato? Okay, well I'm going to go do a bit of shopping quickly. So, hold on. My go-to place is always Artisan. I spent so much time in Artisan breeding that this is just my go-to place to get food supplies because I know all the food places around here. Which one is going to have? Those do actual sandwiches. That has... not there. You don't do fillings, do you? I think you do actual meals. Yeah. I think I might need to be the other side. Because I can never remember where to get each of the ingredients. It's odd that I don't have any tomatoes. No, don't keep doing that. This looks like a place that might have tomatoes. No! Why doesn't no one have tomatoes? Okay. Check this one. There's tomatoes. Oh. Let's just just get 10. Is there anything else I'm missing? No, not there. Why was it tomatoes that I was out of? Now back to Zapapico. Back to do what I was doing a minute ago. To try and get a Tinkertuff. Could go for 2 again, but... Yeah, you're getting all the dark types here, because I've still got the dark types. That would have been hilarious if there was... I didn't actually look before when I came out here to see if there was a shiny Sneasel. There might have been. There quite easily could have been. But I missed it, but I don't care because I've got so many shiny Sneasel. Tomato, there we go. Salty, and this one needs spicy. For the fairy sandwich. I really hope I don't waste this sandwich because I did not save before making this sandwich. After getting the ingredients, so we'll see. For this one I'm looking at the hammer. I'm going to be looking at the hammer for the sort of bronze colour hammer. So the main body is hardly any different. It's just the hammer. But I've noticed that before now, so it shouldn't be an issue. Can you go for Tinkerton? I don't think you can. You might go to. Tinkertuff is the one I've found the most of, so I've done Tinker as well, but obviously caught them before because they're my decks. I don't know if I want to be roaming or just doing the town reset, but the hammers do get hidden in the grass a bit, so I think the roaming and then going back to do the town reset might be the best option here. So it's just a case of spotting the different colour hammer. Actually, I might just do the roaming thing, because it seems to be resetting them quite nicely. The spawn area, actually getting stuff other way spawning as well, which could be a slight issue, but I just want to. Can I just kill you and have you not spawn? I'm pretty sure that's a fixed spawn there. So if I... Are you a fixed spawn as well, or are you just being annoying? Right, okay. How good is it up here as well? We've got some more... Toddle. Toddle's an annoying Pokemon in Pokemon Go for me. I spent ages trying to get a shiny Toddle, didn't get one. Still haven't got one in Pokemon Go. There are other Pokemon that are ridiculously rarer than Toddle that I just get shiny straight away, and then Toddle just does not want to show up for me. Ever. A little bit annoying, but I'll get it eventually. I've actually gone off the shiny hunting in Pokemon Go. I'm still doing it, but the fact that it has the stupid badge when you transfer it to Pokemon Home just sort of ruins it for me. So I've still got Deoxys I need to replace because I somehow managed to pick up a couple of Deoxys in the past that were shiny, legitimately, but then looking back on it, I sort of realised that they were most likely duplicated by whoever got them, but they do appear to be legitimate. I think it was just a light catching that one. Yeah, Deoxys was very hard to get shiny, and I wanted 4 of them for my living deck, so I'd managed to pick up 2 in the past, which must have been from trades. I must have had like a mythic Pokemon that they couldn't get and I had spares of. Might have been like Jirachi or something like that. Because I had Pokemon Channel, which you could get Jirachi from. And I think at one point I had a new game and I just started resetting it, getting the shiny off it, or getting the Jirachi off it, trading it to my main game, and then resetting to get loads of them. Which is a bit of an abuse of power, but they're all legitimate Pokemon, so it was fine. But I ended up with a handful of them, so I was trading them off to try and get Pokemon I needed. I think I somehow managed to get a shiny Deoxys out of them. But I'm guessing whoever got them probably duplicated them in some way, which I don't mind too much if it is duplicated, because you can't tell if it's duplicated or not, because the game recognises it as being legitimate. So as long as like, Pokemon Home and stuff recognises it as legitimate, and I don't know for sure if it was cloned or not. I mean, it probably was, but it's fine, I guess. So it's better that than have the Ribbon Deoxys from Pokemon Go with the Go stamp stuck to them, which, as I've already said, not a fan of. So I've got two legitimate ones, and two iffy ones, most likely duplicated, but can't tell for sure. But they do recognise as legitimate. And then two Pokemon Go ones, which I really want to get rid of. But so the only way to get them was from Fire Red, Leaf Green, or Emerald with the Birth Island Deoxys, which wasn't shiny locked, so you could just soft reset and get it shiny. So some people did that, but I did not have the opportunity to get that event, so I've never had the opportunity to get the Deoxys from Birth Island. So you can get it now only by hacking in the ticket, which I'm not really in a hurry to do. So that is not really an option for me. But so I've got the Pokemon Go ones as sort of placeholders for now, but until they release shiny Deoxys through a newer event, which I assume they will be at some point, because they've been doing a lot of the other mythics. And they might do it to tie in with Legends EA for all I know, because the XY generation had a Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire in it, which had Deoxys available in the main game. Sort of the mythical that was actually available in-game as part of the story, which was a rather odd change for the Pokemon Company to do, but there have been a few others that they've done since then, so like DLC mythics, essentially, have been like that. So some of the other mythics have been available as part of the DLC, but is technically in the game, just as the DLC for the game, which at least it makes it available. But they haven't made them shiny through the DLC. Most of the time they do them shiny is through a giveaway. Such as the absolute mess that they've made with the Miraidon and Koraidon recently. As far as I'm aware, they still have not released it in the UK, but if they do, I'm guessing it'll be in Smith's toy store. Apparently some other countries that have Smiths have had Smiths getting the codes. But I don't think anything has actually been officially announced in the UK yet. So God knows if we actually get it at all, but I managed to find someone who'd duplicated them and was trading them away, which isn't the best way to get it, but I mean, this was supposed to be a giveaway from the Pokemon Company, and if they muck up the giveaway and just get someone else that's giving it away. It's the exact same Pokemon. They're supposed to be free to get, so it's just... I don't see the big deal on getting those ones cloned. So I will replace them with my own ones if I can get the codes at some point. But until that gets officially announced, or it's just suddenly discovered by someone going into a shop and seeing a sign, which I get the feeling might be how it ends up being, as that has happened before now. But until you get proper confirmation of anything, just going to be sticking with the duplicated ones. It is what it is. So they are identical to the ones I would get if I got them legitimately, which, because they are ones that were obtained legitimately, they've just been duplicated. So this snow is rather annoying. Not the best place to shiny hunt when it's snowing. But anyway, yeah, so got a few things that I would like to replace in my shiny living decks at some point. So the rest of it, so 13, so I need 18 in total. 13 are available in ZA. It's the Furfrou, Patrat, actually it might just be Furfrou and Patrat, all the different Furfrou forms. Is there 12 of them? Might be 12. Oh wait, no, there's 2 Pumpkaboo. It says 10 Furfrou, 2 Pumpkaboo I still need to finish the sizes off, and Patrat. I think it's the 13th, so I think that's those. So then I have the Ash Hat Pikachu that I'm trying to get shiny, which is going to be a very slow soft reset shiny hunt. It already is a very slow soft reset shiny hunt. I've been at it for a while and still not got lucky. I'm sure it will come eventually. I've just been getting unlucky with it. And then there's the unknown. So I'll probably do a bit more work on the unknown over the next couple of days, but it's looking very unlikely that I'll get all of them before ZA comes out. But yeah, so Scarlet and Violet I'm done with. I don't need any more shinies for my living decks from here. I finished off Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl last night, getting the Skitty, which was very handy, as that game did not have the shiny charm working properly, unless you were using it from a pseudo method, which I probably would end up doing if I did do much more shiny hunting on there, but fortunately I don't have to. I might have to if some Pokemon, I think, maybe, oh, I don't know, I can't remember. I'm just thinking out loud. No. I think it's Sword and Shield. I think the Pumpkaboo I could get from Sword and Shield still. So I don't know how easy it will be to get them in ZA. So I may just end up hunting for Furfrou a lot in ZA. But that'll probably be my main hunts when I first get the game, working on Furfrou. And Pumpkaboo. Well, Pumpkaboo I could go back and breed for, or find in a raid battle somewhere, but it's not the easiest. I'm getting I'm not even halfway through the summon yet. I was thinking this is going badly, but I'm not even halfway through the summon. I got really lucky with the Nuzleaf. So... yeah, so the 4 out of 28 remaining unknowns are the last 4 that I need for the living decks, but they are a very slow hunt, and chances are I'll get a duplicate before... I'll probably get a lot of duplicates before I get the final 4, due to the probability of getting a new one. So I've just slowly been plugging away at it, so every so often I get a new one. So I've done pretty well to get I got like halfway through with very few duplicates. Struggling to see them with the snowstorm. Yeah, so I've done pretty well with the unknowns when I started, but the more you get, the more you get duplicates. So, coming down to the last 4, there'll be a lot of duplicates. So, try going down this way. There's a few spawns around here. Yeah, I think going the way I was going was a better idea. Yeah, so in Legends E8, I probably will use Megas a bit more than I have done before, just to sort of make use of them. And some of them do look pretty cool. So don't know what will be happening with starter-wise. So I always start with, since I played Pokemon Blue the first time, I've always started with the Water-type starter on my first playthrough. So I'm very much leaning into Totodile as my starter of the 3. But we still don't know what they're getting. Is it... I would personally prefer a regional form that then has a Mega Evolution. So a regional form of Feraligatr that then Mega Evolves. I would prefer more than just regular Feraligatr Mega Evolving. Because I like seeing the regional forms. I like having something new rather than just something that's only available in that game. So Mega Evolution is locked to games that have Mega Evolution in them. So that's kind of why I'm not that big on a lot of the gimmick mechanics. They are very restricted when you can use them. They've got the new, was it Pokemon Champions, I think it's called, game coming out, but that's just all battling. I'm not that interested in that. I'll probably play it a bit. If they have anything to unlock through it for the main games, or for Pokemon Home or whatever, I'll probably play it enough to do that, but I'm not going to be going out of my way to do it a lot. So I'm not a competitive person. I've never gotten into competitive Pokemon. I've looked into some of the strategies before now. I've built teams for my playthroughs that take inspiration from some strategies I've seen for competitive builds, but never really appealed to me, the competitive side of games. I think games are supposed to be fun, and as soon as you get competitive, it's too serious. And when people get too serious, it just ruins the fun. So you'll always get people doing like dirty tactics, just which usually end up getting banned, just to get the win rather than just enjoying the game for what it is. It's like, how are you enjoying playing? Okay, you're winning. You're winning doing something that really shouldn't be allowed, can you feel good about that? And it's like, I can't when you get to that point, sort of thing. I'm in a similar sort of situation with Magic the Gathering at the moment. I've built the Tifa deck, the very fast aggro-based Tifa deck, and I was winning quite a few games with it. We've got the issue of Vivi at the moment, sort of dominating the format, and a lot of people are building decks to specifically counter Vivi, which unfortunately was also catching sort of some counter magic that was screwing up my Tifa deck as well, and making it a bit more difficult. But even then, when it got to the point where you're either getting the win very quickly and not really getting a proper game out of it, or you wouldn't get your game plan to go off, and you'd just be sitting there waiting to slowly die to your opponent. And either way, it was not that enjoyable for me. So I stopped playing the deck. I played it for a month or two, and I've just stopped because I was just not enjoying it enough. I ended up going back to my Deserts deck. Excuse me. Which doesn't do as well overall, but so I'm less likely to win a Friday Night Magic with it, but I have more fun and I'm actually getting more consistent results with it. That looked like a shiny that just spawned. There it is. I think I coughed it into existence. It's right on top of me. There it is. Sparkle! But yeah, so my Deserts deck is a very odd one. A lot of people like my Deserts deck just because of how original it is. Oh, no, Cookboard didn't work. But yeah, so it's just a lot more enjoyable. Oh, this one's a pain to catch. Oh, that was brutal. Yeah, so I quite often get compliment for my Deserts deck just because no one's seen it, but it works. When I first built it, I was not expecting to win a single game of Magic with it. I just built it for the fun of it. Oops. Oh. Okay. I hope it doesn't have any self-harming moves. Didn't check. Does it? Sweet Kiss is fine. Should be fine. Should be fine. There we go. Yeah, it's a very quirky deck, my Deserts. So I never thought it would win a single game, and the first time I played it, I went 3-0 at an FNM, and I was like, well, I'm going to keep playing this deck. So once people learnt the deck, they learnt to identify what the threat cards were in it. What am I going for next? God, I've been through was it 4 of the 6 I was going for already? Null or Spoink? Let's go Null. I ain't done Null that often. Spoink seems like a slightly easier one. Null, I believe I need a ground sandwich for. Yes. I'm going up to here. So I got, when I last hunted for one of these, I got it fairly quickly, so we'll see. No. Too close to you. Okay. Yeah, my Desert deck works in an odd way, because you deal your damage with lands. And so many people just don't have an answer to that. There aren't really many answers to that in Magic. Ham is my recipe I'm looking for here. And I can go sweet. I have lots of sweet. I saved them up at one point, didn't need them. I was storing them for breeding, and I just didn't end up needing them for breeding. But anyway. Yeah, I just ping my opponent for 1 damage repeatedly. Then I add Iridescent Vine Lash to the mix, and I'm pinging them for 2 damage whenever a land comes in. Add a Travelling Chocobo to the mix, I'm pinging them for 4. Add a Freeze Strider, I think it is, that triggers whenever you commit a crime. I'm getting 2 lands every time I play 1 land, and that's pinging them for 8. Like that ramps up very quickly for a lot of damage. But yeah, I forgot to move that over to Ting Stuff. That's my mistake. Where's the... Nope. 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 There it is. There's the normal. I think the Nuzleaf was so quick I didn't really think about it. Right. Normal on screen. Normal's what I'm going for. Just normal and Spoink left to get, which is absolutely bizarre. So I should get these actually on the stream. All of them that I can. Which is not bad. Yeah, a lot of people like my desert stack. So it's quirky. So people just don't expect it, so they can't predict how I'm going to win. So I've got a few different routes that I can go about to get the win in. And they really struggle to know which it will be at any given time. I might play one card and they'll think, oh, he's going for that win. They try and counter that strategy, and then I'll get the win using something else. Or like game 1, I'll win in one way, won't change the deck at all. Deck will work completely differently the next game, and I'll win in a completely different way. In game 2 and 3, which mostly game 2. So one game I might just play some little creatures and just keep pinging them constantly until they die. Until they run out of life. In another game I'll sacrifice all my lands, bring them back from the graveyard to ping them for a huge amount of damage all at once. So they struggle to predict whether I'm going for slow damage or fast damage or... what? Also a card that can... this Grievous Wound. Whenever they're dealt damage, they lose half their life. And when I'm dealing them a lot of damage, one bit of damage at a time, that's a lot of triggers. I think I need like 4 triggers with that in play, and they're dead. It's just kind of crazy. I don't get that strat very often, because it's a 5 mana card, so it's a bit slow to actually get into play, but against certain control decks it does come quite handy. The deck mainly struggles against aggro, to be honest, because you need to stop the because I get the damage in consistently over a long period of time. The aggro can get the damage in very quick before I can do much, so I just need to slow them down. Hence, I've got the black in the deck, which is removal spells. So I'm in that sort of matchup. I'm hoping to draw a lot of removal spells and be able to just ping them for lethal in between. Which I did actually manage this past week. I actually surprised myself because I was against someone else playing the Tifa deck. He actually started playing the Tifa deck because I'd played it and he really liked how it looked. So he built his own version of it. Not quite the same version as I play. He's a bit more experimental with his build. So I'm not too sure he's made the best decisions. So he's added some odd colours to the deck. So I think I'd added blue to mine for counter spells, which helped against board wipes and various other situations, but Um, yeah, his deck's not bad. He beat me last time. The last time we played, he won 2-1. This time we played, I won 2-1. So I didn't quite get the draws the first game, but then managed to win the second two. Basically, I just sideboarded in a ton of removal spells. Is my strat against that sort of deck. Now this hunt is a little bit problematic because I've got all these in the middle here, which are obviously not ground types and are spawning as well. Which is a slight issue. Reducing my chances of getting the shiny I want. In this case, I could potentially get a Camerupt, which isn't the card I opened, and isn't a pre-evolution of a card I opened. But I think I will just take it, because it's the same evolution line. So I'm not going to be that picky with it. So this is going to be a little bit tricky. A little bit of a tricky hunt to do. I think I could have tried a fire-type sandwich around here, but it wouldn't have worked anywhere near as well, because I think Houndour and Houndoom spawn here as well. Maybe Pyroar, I can't remember what it was. It was another fire-type. I checked a while back. I think it was last week I was preparing for this stream and I thought, okay, I'll better check what Pokemon could actually be isolated, so I tested them out. It's actually funny, after the stream where I got, after Wednesday's stream with the 18 different types, I had the fairy sandwich running at the end. I think it was fairy sandwich. And I think I did test out a few other hunts for today using that fairy sandwich. And as soon as the sandwich finished, I think it was outside Zapapico, where I was for the Tinkertuff. I think that was what I was testing at the time, Tinkertuff. And as soon as the sandwich finished, I paused the game, and then when I reopened the game, I realised in the background there was a shiny Axew just walking around. Just not even part of the sandwich, because it was a fairy type sandwich. The dragon just appeared. Shiny dragon just appeared in the background as soon as the sandwich finished. So, well, obviously I caught it, just stuck it in Pokemon Home for storage. I don't need it. That was just quite a funny moment that I've been looking for a completely different type and that showed up. I was kind of expecting more accidental shinies during the stream itself, but I didn't, unless I just didn't notice them, which is very possible. But these normal, I'm just looking at the backs. That's why I'm pulling the higher camera angle, so I can just look down on their backs to try and see if one's blue, because it is a rather noticeable blue when it appears, which is not present on any of them. Quite a few more spawned in. No, 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 and no. So I've only got 3 babies. Might be one of the rock. So areas like this do have a risk of stuff spawning in rocks and stuff. Pretty sure Camerupt is very noticeable, so I'm not really looking for that, because I'm pretty sure I'll just see it. Excuse me. I think I'm having a very mild allergic reaction to the bug bite I've got on my finger. Some slightly allergic reaction sort of things, only very mild. So I get bitten by bugs fairly often. They do seem to find me tasty. And they can cause a allergic reaction at times, and I have quite a few allergies, so I'm guessing it's triggering one of my allergies when I get bitten. It's weird that it's on my finger of all places. I think it happened during the night. Oh, 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 we got a shiny, we got a shiny. Well, that's normal. And there we go. So that's normal done. So I just need Spoink now. So Spoink will be the last main one to go for. If I get that on stream as well, then even better. But what's my other option? Score Bunny? Where was it? Yeah, I think none of these others can really be isolated properly, but I think Score... So I got all 3 stages of the Score Bunny evolution line, so I kind of feel like I should try and go for Score Bunny if I've got time. So if I get this in like the next 20 minutes, then I might as well try for a Score Bunny. So I could try for Sobble, Snova maybe. What could I go for? Are there any more of these psychic types? Kadabra isn't in the game. No, I'd have to go to a different sandwich type either way. Yeah, Baneri isn't in the game, Tinker Tunnel covered, Krogunk can't really be isolated, Tyrego done, Kadabra isn't in the game, Electrike isn't in the game. None of the others are in the game. So basically I've got Sobble, Snova, Krogunk or Score Bunny. I'll probably go for Score Bunny because I can. But yeah, I'm going to go and hunt for Spoink quickly now. Actually, before I start that, I'm just going to quickly pop to the loo and have a sip of drink. So if you will excuse me, I will be right back. Okay. Right. So... what's I doing? Spoink. Right. Where's my sandwich recipe? I need onion and sour. Need onion. Got plenty of that. Sour is a little light, but it's better than my salty. And spicy, I think. Snag myself on my headphone cable after coming back. Probably turn my bedroom light on because the light is fading quite quick. Wasn't the brightest day today, but it's quite cloudy all day. Hence my photos were a little bit on the dull side. Right, let's get the psychic type sandwich going. So this one I have shiny hunted for before now, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Although did I fail to get Spoink on Wednesday? This might be my redemption. Well done. Did I successfully get Spoink? I might have got Spoink on Wednesday. Oh yeah, it was the water type that I didn't get anything from. I think Spoink was the only psychic I got from that entire sandwich. That was a bit of a rough time I was having there. But this is a very easy spot to shiny hunt. It's a nice straight route to just go up and down on. So it's a nice little cruise back and forth looking for the shiny. Yeah, so I think I've done pretty well today. So after having a rough time last week on Wednesday trying to get my record, on a hunt that I wasn't as confident with, I guess. So limiting myself to specific species is quite a bit more restrictive with the shiny hunts, rather than just going for types in general, which I can specifically target Pokemon that are easy to hunt for. So I was expecting to find it a lot easier to hunt for. Ooh, there's some Bronzor appearing up there, don't want to go up there. Bronzong, sorry. I was expecting it to be easier on Wednesday, but the first 4 sandwiches got 3 shinies out of 4 sandwiches. This one hasn't had a single sandwich fail. I'm getting them so fast, I've been ending sandwiches early to move on to the next one. So it is a bit wasteful with the sandwiches, but I honestly do not need them anymore. So this is probably my last shiny hunt on Scarlet and Violet. Unless I do need, if they've got like new evolutions in ZA and they're difficult to get, those Pokemon shiny in those games, I might shiny hunt for them and just transfer them over. Don't know yet. So that is an option. I would rather get them in ZA themselves. So we're not going to be able to transfer stuff in and out of ZA for a while. So I think I have announced that isn't coming until next year. Which I find it hilarious that people are getting all their Mega Evolution ready Pokemon core in the previous games ready to transfer them into Pokemon Legends EA as soon as it comes out, and they've already announced you can't do that. It's going to wait until next year to do that. So hence I've not been doing anything like that for my shiny hunts. So I do already have all of the Mega Evolution Pokemon shiny. I could use another Electrike. I think I transferred an Electrike from Pokemon Go into Pokemon Home, and that's been sitting there as a placeholder, so I could do with replacing that. But it's not specifically needed. But yeah. So I'm good on that. So I've just been doing some other sort of fun hunts. So on Wednesday I was thinking, oh yeah, do the starters, because that's where to start on my shiny hunt for all the types. Let's go with some starters. Thought that was a good idea. And then 3 sandwiches, 2 shinies. Not going well. So that did not work out for me. I was kind of hoping to open a Bulbasaur card, to be honest. That's a point. I didn't actually open any especially rare cards today, did I? Was that? That's a bit of a shame. Oh well. I don't really... My Pokemon card collection is a card dex. I don't really go for sort of the rare cards or anything like a lot of people do. I don't really play the game. I just like to have the cards to have. Pokemon cards was actually what got me into Pokemon to begin with. And I was 8 at the time. No, 9. No, 8. I was 8. Because I got my first Pokemon game around the time of my 9th birthday. Which I found funny because you were supposed to be 10 when you got your first Pokemon. So I thought it funny that I was a year early. I can't remember if I got it on my birthday or the day before, because the day before is Christmas, because my birthday's on Boxing Day. I got it around then. It's one of the two. So, around my 9th birthday. I don't think I started playing it until my birthday. So I think I can sort of say I got my first Pokemon on my 9th birthday in the games. But I did actually, I got into Pokemon through the cards. Oddly. So I think the games had been released earlier that year, maybe, in the UK? Unless I was just very late getting to it. The anime had started. And I'd heard people talking about the anime, but hadn't actually seen it at that point. And I used to collect stickers when I was younger. I think it was the summer holidays, and every week I'd get sort of dragged round with my mum to do errands with my disabled brother, because she couldn't leave me at home. I was too young, and she had to deal with my brother all the time, so I had to behave. So if I was good, I'd get some stickers. So I'd do a collection, and at that time I'd just finished a collection. I'd finished one of the albums of stickers, so I got to pick a new sticker collection, but there weren't any that I liked. I think it was either ones I'd already got or ones that I just had no interest in. And on the same shelf, I think it was in Toys R Us, they happened to have Pokemon cards. And I saw them and I was like, oh, I've seen these. Well, I've heard of these. People keep talking about Pokemon, but I haven't seen it. The heck was that noise? Okay, anyway, so I sort of saw them and said, oh yeah, Pokemon cards. I'm sort of curious what they were like, so I asked for a pack of Pokemon cards. I'd usually get like 3 packs of stickers, but because the cards were more expensive than stickers, I could only have like 1 pack. So I got this 1 pack of Pokemon cards, and opened it up, and it just looked amazing. I loved the designs of the characters, and that sort of motivated me to watch the anime. I don't think I actually got to watch the anime live. I think I had to record it. I think we'd go out every like Saturday. It was on in the mornings. I think that was when we went out to do errands. So I never actually got to see it before then. I had to record it on VHS. Yeah, I recorded it on VHS and had to watch it back later. And once I started watching it, I think they were up to like Mount Moon before I actually started watching the anime. So I was a few weeks late watching it compared to everyone else. But I just started watching it and I was hooked. So each week I'd get 1 pack of Pokemon cards instead of the stickers that I used to get. I loved it. I really got into Pokemon, and I didn't even realise it was a video game at that point. just knew it as the cards and the anime. And then that Christmas or birthday, whichever one it was, opened up my present and found a Game Boy Color, a few games including Pokemon Blue, and so on my birthday itself I started up, and I think I might have been playing other games before that. I finally started up because I think I had more time to sit down and play it. I think I played a few things that were just like really short games that were just very quick to play because we were very busy on Christmas. I think we had family around, which we often did around that time of year, but I think on my birthday we had a lazy day essentially. So my brother, he gets overwhelmed with too much all at once, so we'd have sort of one day busy, one day lazy, so he doesn't get too overwhelmed. And I think my birthday on Boxing Day was our lazy day, and we might have had some family around. We might have just had like one of my grandparents around or something like that, which isn't as active as having like cousins and stuff around who would be sort of running around playing. My cousins came around. My grandparents just sort of sit around chatting a lot of the time. But so on my birthday, that gave me the opportunity to sit down and play Pokemon, and started it up, picked Squirtle. It was my first starter, mainly because I was also into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at the time, and I saw, oh, it's a turtle. I'll go with the turtle because I like turtles. And yeah, that was it. I was just hooked. I played that game heavily from that point on, and haven't really stopped. So that was when I was 9. It was my 9th birthday I started that up. I'm now 35, so coming up to 36 later this year, so it's quite a few years I've been playing Pokemon for. So yeah, so I ended up getting... I just played Blue to start with, so I couldn't really afford to get all the games, so Red and Yellow I didn't get at the time. I picked them up second hand later on, once I had a bit more money at my disposal for collecting that sort of stuff. Although I don't think I ended up going back to play them properly, I just sort of had them just to have them. Just a collection type thing. Not that I really think of them as a collection, I just wanted to own them. But I might have played them a bit. Actually, I think I played Yellow. I think I played through Yellow. Don't recall if I actually played through Red in the end. But I played through Fire Red and Leaf Green, so I think going back for Red wasn't really that interesting for me. But yeah, so I ended up getting Gold. I actually got Gold in America. So because at the time, it was like 2000, 2001, it was released in the States, and then 2001 when it was released over here. And it wasn't released before. We like the one time we actually done a family holiday, because of my brother, it was difficult to travel away. So the one time we'd actually done a big family holiday abroad was 2001. We went to Florida. So I was in America. We were in America, and Gold and Silver were already out there. Turns out by the time we got back, it had been released in the UK anyhow. So I could have just got it when I got back, but I think I technically got it a few days earlier than everyone else because I got it in the States. And was playing it during the holiday. I was struggling to sleep because of the heat, I think it was. And I ended up sitting in the bathroom using the bathroom light to play the game on my Game Boy Color while everyone else was asleep. So I don't think I've ever really been a sort of long sleeper, so I think I've always slept relatively short periods compared to most people. So even now I don't really sleep for very long at a time. Like, most notably when I was at uni, I quite often pull all-nighters, and I was fine for a while doing that. After a while it did build up, but I think I could do more sort of all-nighters in a short space of time compared to other people. Not sure if I'd really want to do that again, but so even now I only sleep for like 5-6 hours a night. I seem fine with that. I think even if I sleep for longer, if anything, I feel more tired. So I take longer to wake up again, and I just go into a deeper sleep rather than sort of lighter sleep. I get fine like that. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, that was my. So I got gold in America. Playing it a lot. So once again, I never got silver or crystal. I've been saving my money up for the holiday as well, so I had put some of it aside for gold or silver and end up getting gold. But then I remember once I went to high school, Pokemon sort of went out of popularity a bit. So up to sort of gold silver era, it was still really popular. Once sort of Ruby and Sapphire came out, a lot of people sort of turned on Pokemon a bit and was like, oh, you play Pokemon, you're stupid. Sort of things. It's like just childish sort of stuff. And it's like, I didn't care. I like Pokemon. If I do stuff because I like it, not because it makes me popular or anything. So the fact that people started trying to insult me just for playing something I liked, just like, oh, you're dumb for saying stupid stuff like that. It never bothered me. So I didn't really, because other people were bothered by it. Not as many people would talk about it at school as much, so I wasn't really able to share it with friends and stuff at that point, I don't think. But I think that was the first time I actually got all the games. So I got Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, and Fire Red, and Leaf Green, and I played through all 3 of them, or all 5 of them, on the Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, sorry. So once again, I started with the blue game. I got Sapphire first. Or did I? No, actually, I think that time I did actually get Ruby first. Oddly. Yeah, I think that was a weird one. I got Ruby first for some reason. Don't know why. Maybe just asked for either and I got one and that was it. I did get both in the end. But once again, the first Pokemon I picked was the Water type. I started with Mudkip. Eventually the memes started coming out, so I heard you like Mudkips and all that. But actually, yeah, I do like Mudkips, so what? And I'd throw people off with that response, and I didn't actually know the meme at that point. I knew it not long after, but when it first came out, people started saying it. I mean, people knew I liked Pokemon still, just because I didn't talk about it as much at school. So they would just target me with this meme when it came out, and I was like, yeah, and they would it just completely shut them up. And I think they were thinking it would be some joke to make, and it's like, yeah, and and it just shut them down straight away. And this one is the slow hunt today. Well, I've gone well so far. The last hunt being a little bit more stubborn is kind of to be expected. But anyway, yeah, so Gen 3 was a bit of a slow era, and I think that was also the time where it got the too much water review, and it's like, they're not even reviewing them properly anymore. It's like, I mean, they had valid points for the actual review, but the fact that one of the reasons they gave in the summary, it was IGN, I think it was, they gave one of the reasons for the review as too much water. It's like, it's a Pokemon game, there's always water, and it's set on an island. Of course there's going to be water. And to be honest, it wasn't really that much water, if you think about it. But it's just because it was all at one end of the map. It seemed like a lot of water, I think. But even if it is water, it's like, what's wrong with that? I mean, it's sort of late game, you're sort of speeding through, and who cares? So, it was a stupid review, but yeah, then up to DS with Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, and Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Again, I got all the games. I think it was picking up a bit at that point. I think I was sort of late high school by that point, maybe 6th form. And Pokemon was sort of starting to come around a bit again. People were sort of starting to talk about it a bit more. And so because I'd kept playing, I was still up to date with everything, but all the people who had sort of stopped playing because it wasn't cool were sort of a bit behind. So I sort of became the go-to expert at that point, I think, at school. If someone needed some information about Pokemon, they'd come to me. Even if I didn't really know about that specific Pokemon that much, or if it was a new one that I wasn't that familiar with, they'd still come to me for advice. I always thought that was a bit weird. Yeah, so it's sort of picking up a bit there, but that was also the generation where I started shiny hunting properly. Well, I say properly. I Masuda hunted for a Mudkip, and it took me a year. It was miserable. I still have in my Pokemon Ranch on the Wii. Just my ranch is just full of Mudkips. There is nothing but Mudkips in my Pokemon Ranch. Because I just used it as the excess storage. I overflowed the storage on that as well. Because I bred so many Mudkips before I got a shiny. I'm certain I was over odds on that. So I had Shiny Charm and I was using the pseudo method. So I'm pretty sure I was over odds before I finally got it. But I got it. And then all my shiny hunts after that were a lot easier, so I went through the slog of the hard hunt, or the bad luck hunt, and made it through to the other side and kept going. I think I soft reset for a Rotom around that time as well. Can't remember which of the games I've done that on. I also got a lot of Gyarados. I remember, actually I think it was actually on the Game Boy Advance games. I just kept getting shiny Gyarados. I think I ended up with like 4 or 5 of them. Because that seemed to be the only shiny I could find on those games. And I just kept getting Gyarados shiny. Which was really annoying. Because I was like, I've got a shiny Gyarados. And yeah, everyone has. We've played Heart Gold. Oh no, we've played Gold and Silver. It wasn't Heart Gold and Soul Silver at that point. When Heart Gold and Soul Silver then came out and had the guaranteed Gyarados, I was like, these Gyarados I have are absolutely worthless. They are not even good for trading for something I need. That was where my... That was most of my sort of Game Boy Advance shinies. I did actually get a few shinies on Gold. Unfortunately, I think I got a Rattata, which wasn't the best to get. It's not the greatest shiny. I think I was hunting for Suicune at the time, just this random shiny Rattata showed up. but I didn't really understand how the shiny breeding and stuff worked back then, so I didn't know how to get more shinies and crossbreed with other Pokemon to get better shinies and stuff. I think I tried, but I think I tried to get a female Rattata so I could... No, a male Rattata. I think I had a female Rattata, which was annoying to start with. And I heard that breeding a shiny with a non-shiny could give you a better chance of getting another shiny. So I tried doing that, but I think I needed a male to breed with the females to get the other species. Every Rattata I bred was coming out female, and I think I then got another shiny female. When I did actually get a shiny, I was like, this is being silly. I can't actually remember if it worked like that it preserved the gender if you bred with a Ditto. But I think that was before Masuda hunting days. Yeah, that was. Masuda hunting was added with the overhaul with Ruby and Sapphire. But yeah, that was a bit of a bad luck that I got back then. I ended up just giving up on shinies at the time. Yeah, no, once I got all these shiny Gyarados, I was like, okay, I need something other than a Gyarados shiny. I need something to show off. So I went for Mudkip because I did like Mudkips. And eventually got the Mudkip. And once I got that, I did start breeding for other stuff and got them a lot quicker. I think I ended up putting together a whole shiny team to play through either Heart Gold or Soul Silver on. I think that included the Rotom I'd caught previously as well. But I had a full shiny team ready to play through it, and then just never got around to playing through it because it took so long to breed for them. Not the first time, not the last time that happened. I've done that. Oops. I suddenly veered sideways. I've bred for whole shiny teams before now, and just not ended up playing through the game as a result because I've spent so long breeding. That also happened in both Black and White Gen and Sun and Moon Gen. I don't think I had that problem in X and Y. I think X and Y was the first one I really got going on, and I got shinies a lot quicker. And then it slowed down again with Sun and Moon. But I used I've even started getting legendaries in X and Y. X and Y was where my shiny hunting really took off. Hence, most of the shinies I need are actually the Pumpkaboo and Furfrou. Pumpkaboo and Furfrou are odd ones that I missed, but most of the other stuff I've been hunting for my shiny living dex are from earlier generations that have not been returning as much recently. Not like in one game out of the last 3 or something like that they've appeared in. So Sun and Moon, my shiny hunting was rather slow. I think that was when I was at uni, so I didn't really have much time to shiny hunt for it, but I wanted to shiny hunt. And then I just never... There's the shiny Spoink. Finally. Well, that's the 3rd shiny. 6th shiny. That's the last of the shinies that were sort of a easy go for, so the last of the 6. So... yeah. What do I want to go for next? So I do have like 20 minutes left, so I might as well go for one more just to see if I get it. What do I want to go for? Do I just go for Scorbunny? Oh, there's more. Actually, I'm just going to be sorting out the... What's that? That's the ting stuff. I forgot to blow up. But I'm going to pull that over, and I think I can just pull this. Nope. No, we overlap it that way. Do it that way. Up, score bunny. Put you in the corner as my next target once I've run from this spike. I'm going to need to remember where these are, because I didn't really expect to get to this point. Game lagged out a bit there. I'm pretty sure I need to go over to the terrarium. I wasn't expecting to have to go this far. I was expecting to get I didn't really think of Snover in this area. They might have been a better option. Snover do spawn at. I'm just realising I'm seeing all the Beldum because it's a psychic type sandwich I've got on still. But if Snover are around here, then that could be another option. What are the grass types spawn in this area? I need to quickly check that. If you give me a sec, I have a way of checking this. Smoother. Oh, we get dealing in here still. No, that's still not going to work. Dealing is still all around this area. Yeah, that's not going to work. Instead, I'm going to look for... No. Clicking on the wrong things every time. Right. So I am basically stuck on a 50-50 chance with Chimchar. So I'm just going to crack the picnic here. Saved, so that's saved. I'm going to need to do a fire type sandwich, which requires basil. Or basil, if some people say it. And this one can use sweet. Yeah, so my shiny hunting sort of got started properly sort of Gen 4. So I done it somewhat through Gen 5, but it was Gen 6 where I really got going on it. So I done like a bit of Masuda breeding through Gen 4 and Gen 5 and Gen 6. I was going nuts with it. I was fishing, I was using the Friend Safari or something like that. What was it called? Where you got 3 different Pokemon of a certain speed, certain type. Pal Safari? I can't remember what it's called. Where am I going? Try jump. Well, that's interesting. Well, there's loads of them around here. Do I just roam up and down the mountain? Possibly. But yeah, so my proper shiny hunting really took off Gen 6. So I took a bit of a break Gen 7 because I was busy at uni, and Gen 8 because I didn't really get back into it properly at that point. And then here we are, Gen 9, and I've been working on the entire shiny decks. I'm now, I say 18 Pokemon away? Yeah, 18 Pokemon away from having a complete shiny dex. I haven't been going for all the gender differences because I don't see it as there being any point when it's very subtle differences. More substantial differences like Frillish and Jellicent and ones like Indeedee, Meowstick, that sort of thing. They are very obvious differences. So they make a lot more sense to go for Hippopotas. Another one. So the obvious differences I've been going for, but mostly just sort of forms and whatnot I've been going for. Obviously some Pokemon that aren't available shiny, which I can't get, so some of the legendaries and mythics. Although that is progressively getting lower as they release more during special events, giveaways. But yeah, I've cracked through a decent number. So having some extra time now when I've not been working, unfortunately, has given me the opportunity to get this done. So this is sort of something I've been working on to keep me busy. So these streams are a bit of a relief to sort of get my thoughts out and air what I'm thinking and what just various different subjects I've been talking about. That's getting low, I think. I don't remember where I hunted for these before. I think it was a spot that I was resetting them. Over this way. Small research? Maybe not. That might be too low. Chimchar. Scorpions. If I hadn't been streaming, I would probably have gone mad at some point. Just, even if there's not anyone listening to me a lot of the time, just being able to sort of voice my thoughts is very relieving. No more down that way. I think it was over this way somewhere I found it. Not bad. Yeah, so it's just something to keep me busy, have some sort of routine going, sort of streaming twice a week. It's just something to do. I've still been looking for jobs and sending my CV off. I'll probably send another batch off next month in the hopes of getting something in architecture, but I think this was the area I went to before. I've got a picnic resets here. I think we're high enough up that we don't get stuff spawning on the ground, so you just get a ton of other Pokemon spawning. Can I appear up top? I might appear up top now. Not really. I might try a picnic reset. Looks like this corner I'll do it in. Yeah, so it's been something to work towards. This living decks I've been working on. So it's something I wanted to do, and doing some of it on stream made sense. So I've been playing other games as well, but there's only sort of so much shiny hunting I think is really worth. I think it's really worth streaming properly. So a lot of it I think gets a bit tedious when you're like just hatching eggs and stuff. So with this, it's like, oh, there's a shiny, and I'm sort of actively moving around, constantly trying to find the shinies. Except when I'm doing this, and I'm just picnic resetting. But this is right at the end of the stream. This is probably the last sandwich. I don't know if I'll even get the shiny from this, so we'll have to wait and see. So this is only a 50-50 spawn area. But as I got the full evolution line of Scorbunny, I thought I should probably go for it. Just as one final thing to finish off the stream. So this is the longest shot of them all. Yeah, it's not been the greatest set for shiny hunting from, so I'm pretty sure it's not a proper Scarlet and Violet set. I think it is more for Legends EA because of Megas. And I think they're using it to just fill in a few gaps of Pokemon that have not been printed lately. Because they've not been in recent games. Like Delmise. That was last in Sword and Shield. So, open that. So one of the cards which isn't great. Just putting up the Scorbunny on Cerebi just to double check I was looking for the right thing, which I was. The nice bright yellow details. Should stand out nicely if it spawns. I thought I saw a shiny Chimchar for a sec there. Too many Chimchars. Yeah, so very nearly there with my shiny living dex. It was a bit of a push. It was ambitious for me to sort of want to get all the previous available Pokemon caught before ZA. I knew some I wouldn't be getting until ZA, like the Furfrou and stuff. But I was hoping to get the rest done before that. I haven't done too badly. The only ones I'm missing are the Unknown and the Pikachu, the Achat Pikachu. Having my shiny dex that complete at this point, I think is quite an achievement. So I'm very happy with that. So it was very ambitious what I was doing. Though not quite getting there. Isn't the end of the world, so I can still go back and get the last of them that I need elsewhere. Or there might be new ways that I can get the ones I'm missing. Achat Pikachu is probably an exception, that's probably never going to happen again. But I can still keep working on that when I've got some free time. So it's just, I've just been doing it when I've had sort of half an hour spare and I don't want to boot up one of the main games. I boot up my 3DS, which is literally, I can touch it right now. It's right next to me. It's always on the side of my room, so I can just pick it up, have a go, see if I get it. Usually don't. Never do. Eventually, one day I'll get it. I'd say eventually I'll get the shiny Achat Pikachu, but it is gonna be a slow one. It was never gonna be a very quick hunt, unless I got extraordinarily lucky, which wasn't happening. But yeah, so and the Unknown, they'll probably come round again, being available in another game, but I can still hunt for them in Legends Arceus. So I will be doing that on Wednesday a bit. It's my final stream before ZA. Unless my plans change at the last minute, which none of my friends, they might do and say, oh, let's play Phasmophobia tomorrow, and I'm like, okay, I was going to be streaming. So my friends are probably the biggest inconsistency I know. You can try and organise them, and they arrange a day to do something, and then on the day they'll suddenly say, oh, I can't do this after all. And it's insane how often it happens. It's not their fault. There's other stuff they've been doing and these other things, which it's fine. But it is a bit hard to plan things when chances are they'll end up changing in the last second. So I'm at the point where I'm just sort of letting them sort of plan things, and I just work around them because that's the easiest way of doing it. I'm the most flexible out of us, time-wise, when I can play. So if they're free on a certain day, I can do that day usually. But yeah, so currently looks like we might be playing on Sunday, Phasmophobia. Don't know when I'll be streaming Phasmophobia again. The current event is a bit of a grind, so I have been doing that a bit. It is going to take me quite a while to grind through, to do as much as I can. I would really like to get the trophy fully upgraded. You need to earn, I think it was 3,600 points, 3,600 points to fully upgrade the trophy. Once it actually unlocks, because the trophy hasn't actually unlocked this year yet. I think I'm currently up to 9,000 or 900. I think I've earned so far. So I'm like almost a quarter of the way through it, and that's after 2 sessions of me playing by myself. So my friends haven't even started it, so I think they'll only be going for the foil badge if they do any of it. So one of them did say he was playing the other night, or he was hoping to play the other night. Unfortunately, I was out at the time. I hurried home, and then, I didn't really get back quick enough to actually get on to play with him. Unfortunately, but we should be able to play again another time. But he has said that he's been playing by himself a bit more now. But I think he quite likes the game as much as I do, to play solo. So it's a bit of a funny game, because people see it and think, oh, it's a horror game, it's scary. It's like, it's not that bad once you get past the sort of skin of it. I mean, it's a puzzle game, really. It's a puzzle game. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's a shiny score bunny. I've actually got the score bunny as well. Wow. That was a bonus. Wasn't expecting to get that as well. And it did catch on the first one. But yeah, so Phasmophobia is not really a horror game, it's a puzzle game. It's a puzzle trying to work out what ghost it is. Okay. 68, what moves does it have? Okay. Double edge! Oh wait, no, he can't hit me because I've got... Oh, no scrappy? No. I should be safe to false swipe it. It does no double edge, but Scarlet Edge is a ghost type. Oh great, now it's sprung up so I can't even hit it. And I was thinking, oh, I'll just swap in something to put it to sleep, but then it will hurt. I was tempted to Sunny Day there. I'll just sort of chance to burn this turn. Yeah, so Phasmophobia is just a puzzle game. Just you look for the evidence, you find the evidence, you work out what ghost it is based on the evidence. It's not that complicated. This should catch it. Yeah. Well, there we go. Wasn't expecting to get that. And that is actually pretty good timing to end the stream on. So that's 7 shinies caught. I really wasn't expecting to get that at the end. But yeah. That was a massive long shot. Anyway, yeah, so one of my friends doesn't want to play Phasmophobia. I don't think he likes horror games. I think he finds it too scary. Which is fair enough. It's not his sort of game. There are games that I don't like that much either, so... I'm not going to hold it against him if it's not his sort of thing. So each to their own. I'm just checking through the cards I got and nothing else I can really search for off this fire sandwich. So I probably will be ending it there. It's 7. Not bad. We've got the Tyrogue, Makuita for a Hairy Armor. Do I want to evolve it now? Just because I can. I kind of feel like I should evolve the Makuita into Hariyama just so that it does actually match the card. All the others match the cards. Technically, Score Bunny I could evolve twice to get Cinderace, but I did open a Score Bunny as well. So Makuita is the one that I didn't actually get any of the on an actual card. So I might just quickly put it. No. Put it into my party and evolve it. So if I trying to remember what blooming level it evolves at. It evolves at 24. It's literally one level. Will evolve it. That was more than one level. And this will just be the Makuita evolve into Hariyama just so I actually have them matching the cards. Yeah, if I suppose it's a part of purple hands. It's just a puzzle game for me. So I've never been that bothered by horror stuff because I don't find it that scary. I find horror stuff more annoying at times than actual scary. Yeah, Tickatuff, Normal, Spoink, and the surprise Score Bunny at the end. Do any of these have markings? Spoink does. No, it's just sociable. Oh! And sociable Score Bunny. Well. Yeah, so that was a good turnout. So I've been holding off, with Phasmophobia, I've been holding off prestiging until after the Halloween event, so I want to try and get as much done on the Halloween event as I can. Unfortunately, that does also overlap with ZA, so I'll probably play it more tomorrow. Try and get more of it done tomorrow. Then I'll be playing with friends at the weekend, try and get more done. Hopefully, I can get as much of it done as I can before the event ends, but we'll have to wait and see. If not, it's not the end of the world. It's just a trophy you get upgraded. So, yeah, it's a bit of a interesting event. The way that I've seen people breaking that event so much already. But yeah, I'll be playing. I probably won't be streaming that again for a while because of ZA. I also want to play Batman Arkham Asylum at some point. After I've played ZA, I might go to start playing Batman Arkham Asylum first, because that was Batman Arkham City was the first game I streamed, so I think it would sort of fit that I go back to the Batman games after a year. So I've been streaming for almost a year now. So that would be fitting, but I don't know how long I'll be playing ZA for. Also, don't actually remember when exactly I started playing, started streaming either. Can't actually remember that. I'm pretty sure it was around Halloween that I started, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to be playing ZA to start with. So it will probably be a bit of a late anniversary celebration once I get back to that. Yeah, so I'm calling it a day here, because I think going for anything else now is a bit ambitious, because I should really be ending either way. And I don't see the point in going for more Score Bunny. So, yeah, so 7 shinies from the 3 booster packs, I think is pretty good. Especially considering I wasn't expecting to get the last one. That was a real surprise. So each one taking a single sandwich. Get my words out. So 6 sandwiches for 7 shinies. It's pretty good. Especially considering I was cutting the sandwiches off before they fully finished. But yeah, I'll be back with one more stream, unless things change Phasmophobia-wise, with my friends. So that should be on Wednesday, and I will probably just be doing a fairly chill Outbreak Shiny Hunt on Legends Arceus, being a Legends game, before Legends ZA, go back to the other Legends game. So that'll be my last stream before ZA comes out. And then next week I will almost certainly be playing ZA. Don't know what I'll be doing in it. I might just be playing through the story. I might be shiny hunting at that point. Don't know how far I'll get. We'll just have to wait and see. So, we really don't know enough about the game to know that yet. So, I might be able to just start shiny hunting straight away. Don't know. It would be good if I could play through most of the game with a shiny. I kind of want a shiny Dratini to get Dragonite because I want to know what that Mega looks like shiny. But anyway, I'll probably be talking about that more on Wednesday, so we might have more news, more details leaked about the game that, well, I've probably already got them leaked, but announced. More of the final details announced for the game by then. But also need to know when I'm actually going to be getting the game, because currently Amazon, where I ordered it from, is saying it will be delivered on Saturday. But if you order it on Amazon, it currently says that you can order it for delivery on Thursday, for release day delivery, which is making me think it needs to be updated on my account, because they haven't sorted out yet. So I'm guessing in the next couple of days that will get changed to arriving on Thursday. But fingers crossed. Either way, should be streaming on Wednesday. Probably starting the game off stream and just playing through as much as I can on Thursday. But yeah, so Wednesday stream, playing through, doing some shiny hunting on Legends Arceus, just as a last hurrah on the previous Legends game. Sort of reminiscing about how good it was, and worrying about how bad the new one might be if they don't keep a lot of the same stuff in. Because if they get rid of the stuff that made the game good, that's going to be really disappointing. But anyway, we'll find out later this week when ZA actually releases. I'll be talking about that more on Wednesday's stream. But until then, this VOD I actually should probably put up on the screen all of the shinies. That's not even the right shiny. What did I even have selected there? Normal was somewhere on there. Just for a completion thing. Have I actually spaced this out roughly right? Well, this isn't actually too far off being the right size to do this with. Tyrogue was first. Nuzleaf was there. And no, there we go. Hariyama, technically, was around there, so that's the final line-up. So the 7 shinies I caught, and the 7 shinies I caught. So there we go. So from 3 booster packs, I opened 30 cards. Not all of them were shiny huntable. Managed to get 7 of them. So that was pretty good. So I think the only ones I could theoretically have gone for as well were Krogunk, Snover and Sobble, but those would have been very difficult to hunt for. So Krogunk I don't think you can really isolate, Snover you can't isolate, Sobble is just an awful location in that pond, and I think that's it. So I think I've caught all the good ones to hunt for today, which I think is pretty good. But yeah, so this VOD will be going up on YouTube later tonight or early tomorrow morning, whenever I get it finished uploading. So if you're watching this on Twitch, please check out my YouTube, where you can find all my past VODs stored long term, because Twitch doesn't store them for more than a couple of months. If you're watching this on YouTube, please check out my Twitch and you can catch me live when I go live. So next stream will be Wednesday, so you can catch me then. Then I'll be playing Legends ZA next week, and for however long I feel like after that, so I will probably be shiny hunting on that as soon as I can. So 14 shinies to get on there at the moment. We may have new Pokemon to shiny hunt for as well. I may also just shiny hunt for whatever Pokemon I want to be using on the game at the moment, until we can transfer them over from past games through Pokemon Home, which we're not getting for the time being. But yeah, so pretty productive stream today. So yeah, until next time, thanks for watching, and I will see you around.